All right, so this stream finishing up Compe to CMP likely, answering questions, that kind of thing. Just move that over there so I don't trigger anyone again. But yeah, post questions in chat about LunarVim, about whatever. Doesn't matter. I'll answer. Yeah, so let's get started with this. I think I have some updates, so maybe I'll work. I want to work next to the chat. Problem is, like having some sort of overlay is a pain in the ass. I think I'm going to have a separate spot for the Twitch chat, which I'll just put on 5. And then, because most of my things come in through the YouTube chat. That way I can work next to the chat maybe. And if I pull this up, then I can kind of just, I don't know, that should be fine. I can like move between the browser, one editor, and then I'll move over to another editor if I need more space, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so let's do local share LVIM here, git pull. Okay, merge conflict. Why? Yes. Just pull it. I don't feel like we got the newest thing, but let's see. So, okay, we'll know if we do init. Let's do Packer update. Let's see if there's any updates. This is one thing too with using Vim or NeoVim or whatever, and you have these plugins and things like that, is like your editor can break at any time. Like at any moment, your editor can just like one plugin comes in, breaks, and then you're beat. Let's see what we got though. Which is why we plan on pinning a lot of these things with LunarVim and then just trying to keep up to date in a more stable way. Sure. NeoVim's nightly releases are currently broken. Yeah. Yeah, people are saying that with some weird vim.uri bug. CMP, fix pairs and LSP restart, friendly snippets. What's up, Zaspany? Is that how you say that? Symbol outline loaded 1. Okay. Export default table and LSP config is just updating schemas. All right. So let's see. We have this. We were going to check if what we actually had was the newest thing. No, that doesn't seem good, but maybe if we compile it really fast, quit out, come back in here, and now try. There we go. All right, we have the newest stuff now. So, what are we doing? We're finishing. Well, Compe or CMP works. But what we need to do is we got to fix a couple small bugs with it. I think everything's good. It's just like literally like microscopic bugs, like in weird edge cases, like if you're using Emmet at the same time, or if you're using LaTeX. What's up, Nick? So yeah, so we're gonna hopefully finish those up now, and we'll see where we get. And then also I plan on doing a video soon on how to set up LunarVim for Solidity development. By the way, I'm struggling with setting up LunarVim on Ubuntu because native NVim is apt is blah, 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 and the new one from other blah, blah, blah is blah, blah, blah. Okay. So your problem and most people's problems can be solved like this. So if you go into... Well, like if you go into the repo for LunarVim, right? And so like this is the repo for LunarVim, right? So if you go here, if you go here, this is going to give you the release version. All the people who can't get the release version because they're on some slow, outdated operating system or distro like Ubuntu or whatever, go into utils, go into installer, go into install NeoVim from release. You can just grab this here, this script, and run it, and it'll install it'll install NeoVim, the release version, for you. I don't know where it installs it. Okay, it's LV install prefix, whatever, yeah. But it should be on your path, I think, wherever they put it. All right, here we go. Yeah, so it'll put it in home local bin. So yeah, it'll be in .local bin. So where's .local bin? .local bin, and you can put things in here, right? So that's, you're gonna need that to be in your path too. So make sure that make sure you go to, yours will be just in your Z shell RC, but make sure you have this. Make sure .local bin is in your path. Should be in everyone's path, because it's just like the common place for people to put their binaries. All right, that should help, I hope. I think I don't know if that is in the docs. I'll look into it. Why Compe to CMP? Well, the guy who made Compe made CMP, and the guy who made Compe doesn't maintain Compe anymore, and he maintains CMP, so I want to stick with something that's going to remain maintained. And that's the reason why I'm moving over to CMP. It's basically the same thing as Compe, but new fun things to understand. So, okay, so let's see. I'll answer this question and then I'll do this. And what's up, Santiago? I want to improve my diagnostic experience over default LVIM because I find it tedious having to go into Telescope and then blah, 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 but I'm a bit confused with BQF versus Trouble, etc. How should I get diagnostics experience similar to VS Code? So, well, one thing, like if we do this, right? What I have in my config is a mapping for Trouble, right? And so under L, and then if I go to Workspace Diagnostics with W, is it Workspace Diagnostics? Well, also this I think for some reason we've noticed that for some reason, like you don't get, Simneco won't work in the Lunar Vim. I don't know why. It doesn't matter. So let me go open another project that isn't Lua based. Components, header.jsx. All right. So you want diagnostics, just a better diagnostics experience. So my recommendation is to use something like Trouble. So let's get ourselves an error here. Maybe that'll give us at least one error. I want something that gives me lots of errors. That's at least 2 errors. There we go. So now what I'll do is I'll do LW, and now I guess this pulls it up in that. I want to pull it up in this. Here we go. So that's D. So you can get something like this, which is Trouble. I think this is pretty good. But this isn't a quick fix menu, I guess. So if we then go to references for header and we do GR on header, this is better quick fix. So better quick fix will work in the quick fix menu only. I guess the other one may be the location list or something like that. But this one will give you something for this, right? So you can look in other files, click on it, jump to that other file, jump back down here, do the same thing, close it with Control Q. There you go. It's a couple recommendations. Yeah. What's up, Brian? Brian, I think is how you say that. That's what I don't like about the NeoVim community. It changes so fast that you can't really establish a base config. It's hard to do it on your own, I'll say that. I think it's a lot more reasonable to do when you're doing it with multiple people. And something like LunarVim, like a giant community where we know that it works, you know? The plugins change all the time, and that's why we plan on pinning them and then doing a soft upgrade every single week once the stable version's out, where we test out the new thing for a week, we see if it works, all right, it's fine, and then, merge that into master. And then everybody gets, we just hold back the new changes by a week, I don't mind putting work into a config, but it's annoying if it's a continuous process. But that's the thing. It's how much do you want out of your editor? If you want a lot, then you're going to need to maintain at least usually, like if you just want base what LunarVim provides, you're going to need to support like 20 plugins about. And to do that on your own is a huge pain in the ass. Which is why LunarVim exists. It's why it exists for me, because I don't want to do this all on my own, you know. Eventually your config will break, you know, if you're not using something like this. Like it will just, if you upgrade NeoVim and then you upgrade all the other things, like it's eventually just going to break. I mean, it happened to me all the time. If you want an IDE-like experience, if you don't want an IDE-like experience, then you can probably just download like 4 or 5 plugins that you need, like just one that like FZF or something like that, just to search around for stuff. Maybe a couple other things, and you might be able to get away with it. But like these things regularly break, right? And it's hard to like figure out like why certain things are breaking. And then like when you're focused on figuring out why things are breaking or moving on to a new thing, like Compe is deprecated, so you got to move over to CMP. Then you got to figure out how all that shit. Look at all this. Good luck, man. Like, you know, like at least I don't know. It's definitely difficult. I'll say that. People have said it in the comments section too. They're like, see how many videos you have like working on Vim and like making it like work like VS Code? It's like, is it worth it? It's worth it for someone like me because like I make videos on it, right? And I use the editor all the time. But is it worth it for someone who doesn't make videos on it and like you're doing it from scratch and you want this level of support? I don't know. Awesome progress on LVim. Yeah, I think we've seen a lot of good progress lately. I think the color scheme really is working out. I like it, and Compe's almost there. So, let's see. So I got a message from someone that it doesn't work with Emmet, and then also it doesn't work with LaTeX. So let's go look at what we were doing for LaTeX and Emmet before. The LaTeX stuff might have been auto pairs though. So let's take a look at that. Lua config core is auto pairs. And what's in there now? Is there any tech related stuff? I don't think so. Let's go look in Compe. I don't know why LaTeX is such a pain in the ass though, like why it has to be special. Maybe LaTeX should just get its shit together and then we don't have to deal with this. Because no other language or whatever, you know, is having problems. Let's just try to do Emmet, and then I'll go look into what the LaTeX thing is. There's an issue. There's like a big super issue about LaTeX for LunarVim. Oh, I thought Trouble used the quick fix window for stuff, so you need different key bindings for go-to refs and diagnostics to navigate them. Go-to refs and diagnostics. Yeah, well, in LunarVim, it's just GR. We'll go to refs. And then we have the bindings for the quick fix menu that pops up. If you want better quick fix, you're going to have to install that yourself. And then you're also going to... Because we can't... This is another thing. How many plugins should be in base LunarVim, right? Very few, in my opinion. Enough to give somebody a decent IDE experience, but ultimately very few because we already have to deal with now upgrading, you know, Compe. We have to deal with keeping tree sitter happy, keeping the like all the LSP happy, you know what I mean? That's enough in and of itself. MVim tree is also a giant pain in the ass. Keeping color schemes up to date with the new highlight groups that come out for new plugins and stuff. Telescope is under active development, so like every now and then, not super often, that will change on us. The line, for instance, like Lua line. And then like what happens when someone like Glepner or something like that leaves, then you have to deal with that. So Configuring Vim became my way of procrastination. Yeah, it's kind of a good way to procrastinate. Well, I don't watch TV. I don't really play video games. I don't really like do a lot of like nonsense like that. So, like, I don't mind. Like, I have like this is my free time. You know what I mean? And it's just nice because it just like stuff like this. Like, if you guys are good at things, right? Like, if you're good at whatever, it doesn't matter, right? Just like I recommend, like, kind of just. You don't have to do it because not everybody wants to do it. But, like, just market it somehow. You know what I mean? Like, just sell it. Find a way to sell it. Like, start a YouTube channel. Like, if you rice stuff and you just sit around, like, ricing your desktop all day and, like, all you get out of it is, like, you know, at the end of the month, you can, like, post, like, this hard-fought, perfectly set up rice on, like, Unix porn, and then, like, you move over to the next one and the next one. Like, you might as well have a YouTube channel, dude. You know what I mean? You might as well write blog posts on it. You might as well do all this stuff because you'll make money and you'll get recognition. Like, you might get a job out of it or something, you know? Oh, no, I'm not going to sell Lunar. I'm saying, like, I make money off of, like, ads and stupid shit, you know what I mean? Like BAT and then, like, donations and then all that kind of thing, you know? So it's not like I would ever sell LunarVim or put it under a license where, like, that would even be possible. My thought was more like, I gotta code this. Oh, wait, that's not working. Yeah, well, that too, right? So it's like you'll be writing code, right? And you'll notice, like imagine, like, you know, I put this auto pairs thing here, and then, like, actually it didn't put the pair, like, it didn't actually close it. I'll be like, oh, dude, you know, I really can't finish this this Lambda or this Java code or whatever until that works. So I got to get that done first, and then I can finish the code. Can you install LunarVim for the AUR? I don't know. I saw it in the AUR, but it wasn't packaged by me, so maybe. But I don't know. Okay, so this thing has Vim function Compe complete. What the hell is the equivalent? Because is it CMP complete? I'll also say this, like, I am not super familiar with this hashtag syntax. So what is it? Just like, could it be? Could it be so simple? Did I try alpha.mvim? Actually, I brought that up to the other developers on LunarVim, and I think Chang is picking it up, and I think he's going to be working on that. I was going to look into it, but I just offered to see if anyone else wanted to, you know, take a look. So I think he's going to be working on that. All these scammers in my cryptocurrency chat from Matrix. I got to, like, unbridge another freaking channel. I'm going to have to unbridge the cryptocurrency channel on Discord. What's up, Chase? All right, so I'm going to guess that works. Let's see if there's... I don't think I even have MNLS installed. So when you go to refs, you close that with Control Q, but when you open diagnostics, you have to close it another way, since it's not a quick fix window. Wow. Okay, so if let's just open this up again. LVim, recent projects, blog, header. Okay, so say I want to open up diagnostics. I got some diagnostics here. Okay, so I'm going to do space L, and then I have one set up for D where it just takes me right in and I move through here, right? Now I can press Q in there and it goes away. Now, also what I could do, and so I think I understand what you mean because it's just the consistency. Then if I do GR here and move through, I can also press Q. You don't have to do Control Q. You could just do Q. So that's how I would do it, is just do Q and then you can get out easier. Tried it and somehow it was slower than dashboard, just so you guys profile it and see if it's just me. It'll probably get better over time. I mean, at least it's under active development. It looked like a lot of people had a lot of interest in it, so. Anyway, yeah, do I have anything like thing.html? Do I have emit a dot blah? What is this? Attempt to call is emit active. Oh, well, I think, no, okay. We need this function here. I hate that 0 that pops up. There we go, all right. All right, and it's down where the, wow, it's, okay, let's just put the function up here. Okay, it didn't come with my clipboard. Paste. There we go. A dot, okay. So I don't think we have emit.ls active. I think I have something where I can activate it really fast, which is in init.lua. I can go down here and do we just get rid of that, actually. We just do that. Do I have lsp dot? Do we have that? That's gotta be old as hell. I don't think that's even a thing anymore. Yeah, it's not. How do people even get emit.ls working? Maybe we have something in, I haven't done this in a while, in HTML. We have Tailwind. Emit? Is Emit in here? Alright, to be quite honest, I guess I don't really care that much about Emit. We'll solve it when the problem, like when people have an issue, I guess. Is there a way to have auto pairs and comments natively, or we still depend on plugins? Definitely, I would say depend on plugins or something like that. I don't even know if that's a thing now. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. No, we definitely think we depend on plugins for that. We depend on plugins for all auto pairs, whether it's in comments or not. All right, so you know what though? Just because this is annoying, I think we have Tailwind working, and I think we have that working, so that's leaving. And let's do style Lua star. Okay. Check for, wow. Check for emit active and remove unused code. All right. So apparently, we'll at least take a look at the issue. We'll at least take a look at the issue. Let's go into LunarVim. Okay. LunarVim with LaTeX is a joke. He couldn't have been more charitable, you know, in his characterization. Sorry, one last question about this. What about if you want to navigate or close the trouble quick fix windows when they are not in focus? Is that consistent? If you navigate away from them, they'll stay open. You'll have to be in there and close the window. Like if you navigate away, then it'll stay open. That should be consistent. I don't even know what the okay, here's, was this ever even fixed? When you open a file through Telescope, this function has already been called and the map complete has been set to true. All right, ultimately, I would need to see the problem. So it looks like this is still open. We kind of need to get moving. We kind of need CMP to just be in there. If it's down to emit.ls and LaTeX not working perfectly, then it's not the end of the world to me. I can't even suss out what the issue was there. Like, the tech bug has resurfaced and emit doesn't work properly. Yeah, I was also missing completion in that folder, but deleted the Packer folder. Recompiled that seemed to fix it. Yeah, that's probably that. Here is the tech. Yeah, this tech issue is... this parentheses. Alright, whatever. Alright, 1 second. Let's see. LVIM. Well, I don't know what triggers the LSP to start for LaTeX. Is there LSP for LaTeX? Can I do like LSP install? Okay, I can. Successfully installed it. That's good. Alright, now let's do LVIM text.tech. Alright. Doc you meant class. Alright, so his thing is like why this happened in tech. It shouldn't do that. It should just have this. Alright, that's something we can maybe look into. We could probably do something an FT plugin maybe, and then like tech. Alright, and then like if it's a tech file, then core auto pairs. We could do like an auto command, which sets this equal to false for the buffer maybe. After select function or method item. So that's this. This is the map complete. And it happens on setup. Auto commands I think are ported to Lua now. Oh, auto command. No, they're not. My bad. Because this sets it up once you start everything. So after you start everything, you're not going to want that. So if we go to GitHub auto pairs, wait a second. This is the Vim script one. It's the one I used to use. Lua. There we go. So you can see that that's where this comes from here. There we go. Here's a LaTeX rule. You don't want that rule. Let's see if this fixes it. So we got, you can keep adding rules, I guess. So this just adds a rule to rule here where n pairs is that, but we call ours auto pairs. So then let's just do this here. And let's grab this. Rule is fine. And we actually just want you. Whoops. Why? I feel like we should be formatting. We're not formatting. Whoops. I don't know why the formatting's not working. That usually indicates that there's some sort of error somewhere. Well, let's go find out. So if I save this, yeah. So Lua auto pairs 41 expected some sort of symbol. All right. What a pain in the ass. But why? Where does expect a symbol after? All right, hold up. Let's just take this. I don't know why Subneco doesn't work in that particular directory. Oh, wow. Clearly it won't work here either until I fix this. There we go. Problem is, really? That was the issue? What's conned in this case? Yeah, like what is conned? Conned is that. Okay, wait a second. So let's put this back where it was. Let's get rid of this guy here. I feel like that should be fine. And then we're gonna need conned here. I think that's good. And field config on 113. Wow, amazing. Let's see if we can recompile. Oh, that's actually in there. Great, okay, so that doesn't work as expected. What is this shit? Maybe that was just I doubt that's the problem, but. Alright, I don't know. So, alright, let's see. What's going on right now? I am trying to fix LaTeX. With auto pairs for LunarVim. That's the idea. Maybe it's this. Maybe, actually, wait. Maybe it needed that first. I don't know. And then we'll just get rid of some of these. He's struggling to configure NeoVim. Yeah, basically. Yeah, auto pairs has this thing where in LaTeX, like we don't want it to add it, basically. That's just the idea. I don't know what this shit does either. I'm assuming this is all stuff people from LaTeX World want, though. So, but okay, like if we add that and that, son of a. All right, let's. What if we comment all of this shit out? Still complaining. Okay, amazing. 29. Attempt to. Okay. Okay, wait a second. Here we go. Oh, there we go, too, with this. Yeah. So we're going to need that there. And we're also going to need this here. And the complaints. Okay. Okay. Do that. Control-Shift-D. All right. So we got that. Let's see if we can just add this simple one here. Why? What am I... I don't know. Hey Chris, moving to CMP already? Yes, we're like a couple steps away from hopefully merging this. I created a website. I also created a blog post talking about how I configure NeoVim to work with LaTeX and take notes for math class. Well, that's good. What we need is this. All right, so you open this up and then you do something like document, or well, oops, document, class, and enter, and see how that like works. That's fine. What it used to do was, you know, close auto pairs afterwards, and we don't want that. I won't even do that regularly now because something's broken, but I don't really know what. Is it just this though? All right, see how it does that? We don't want that to happen. All right, so let's see, if we add a rule to auto pairs, nvim auto pairs, nvim auto pairs. Rule is nvim auto pairs.rule, yes. Condition is nvim auto pairs.cons, right. So now if we go back over to 5 here, oh, here we go. Mr. Juan B. recently discovered that GitHub lets you edit code like web VS Code. Oh, yeah. I figured that out. But I don't even need that, I feel like. Attempt to index field config and nil value. Does it just not work? Maybe we should roll back auto pairs to, okay, they updated some stuff and a fix and some nonsense and some backticks. This could have broken at any time. Moving to line 60. Maybe it's because I'm on too small of a thing. But yeah. Can we set it up here and then do all that stuff down there? There we go. So now let's jump back over here. I don't know who needs it, but discovered it by accident. Yeah. I mean, it's a cool concept. I mean, like, you know, if Microsoft wasn't such an evil corporation filled with bad people. Okay, that didn't help me at all. So, let's see. But, I mean, well, obviously ABZ was helpful. What's up, ABZ? But there's no rule. I need a rule for that. I need some sort of, I'm assuming all of this stuff is useful for LaTeX people, but I need something where I need like a thing where Can we do with pair con not like at the end of that issue? Okay. Yeah, I saw that, but like can't we add a rule though? Like I saw that you said something about this, where the hell is it? The map complete? Like can't we, I guess we can't like turn that off. I don't know. I think that was the issue, right? Came across your channel and website a few weeks ago and have been enjoying your content. Awesome. Yeah, see, that's what I thought was map complete, but I was really hoping that we would just be able to put something like that in there. But I guess not. Yeah, if you open up another file type of the same session, then it disables it entirely, right? Yeah, we could have some, like, I understand, but... Right. Why does that have to be on setup? Why can't it be per buffer? Can we put an issue here? What line? He didn't even link a line. He just linked a whole text file. I guess he's talking about map complete, though. You need to modify that line if all functional LaTeX will insert that so you can make a PR. Well, this seems like it's pretty recent. So it looks like somebody's going to get a fix for this in. I'm just going to comment. Would it be possible to disable did I just press U instead of YY? It's called map complete. Per file type. I would like it active for everything but LaTeX. Whatever. It's the best I can do for now. What does CMP have over Compe? I keep explaining this over and over again, but Compe is deprecated in favor of CMP. What's my end goal for LunarVim? There's not really like an end goal. I'm just hoping that people will begin to use, like at least learn from this and then begin to use things that aren't. Honestly, at this point, like I was gonna say, just like kind of made by big tech, but at this point, it's like it's all Microsoft owns everything. You know what I mean? They own your whole development experience, and like it's such a terrible monopoly at this point. End goal's Narnia, yeah. Yeah, but it really is like a really bad monopoly at this point. Like, and like everybody always flocks to like the same big thing too. So like if you're not on this new web that we have now, which is just like be on the new site or app that everybody else is on, and so like it's in part it's a problem because everybody just wants to be on the same thing everybody else is on. But so I don't know if we're ever gonna not like be able to like get away from that, I guess, because people are like in general just like not interested in much except for like what everybody else is doing. And then the problem is that monopolies, like, they can spend a ton of money, hire tons of engineers, and then just buy out GitHub, buy out, and destroy Atom essentially, like to the point where no one uses Atom anymore. Everyone just uses VS Code. So now they have the text editor, they have GitHub, they can build the GitHub AI steal your code bot into the text editor. Then they can build the text editor into GitHub, and then you can host all of your websites from GitHub, and then you could do this all from, Windows OS, and then Windows OS will, they'll have some like kind of spyware built on top of Linux, and then they'll, take over the Linux kernel or something, and then it's all so tiresome. I hate Microsoft so much. Yeah, it's fine. I'm just waiting for the world to collapse. And then we'll do something different afterwards, I guess. I'm assuming, hopefully, what will collapse them is there has to be something in this crypto thing. But they'll probably co-opt it and then just make us into even worse slaves anyway. Every LinkedIn poll, winner, VS Code, runner-up, IntelliJ, NeoVim is rarely in the options. I've seen NeoVim win some things like most wanted, like people would like want to use NeoVim. It doesn't even have to be NeoVim or anything. It could be like Emacs. Like, it just can people just be like original and different from other people? Like, oh yeah, I use VS Code. I use VS Code, and then we all use the same thing, and then everybody uses the same thing, and then I work for this company, and then just churn out terrible code all day, and then it's just, I don't know. Could you create a series teaching the basics of Lua? I plan on doing that in the future. Yeah, most loved editor in Stack Overflow poll was NeoVim, which is nice because with NeoVim, like, I feel like it's mine. You know what I mean? Like with DWM, I feel like it's mine. With Arch Linux, like my setup and stuff like that, sans systemd, I feel like it's mine. Like, I get it. Like, I support it. Even systemd to some effect, right? Because at least it's like open source and you can see it, right? But I feel like I own my software, right? With these big companies, it's just like paying for like IntelliJ. You know what I mean? Yeah. I can't imagine paying for my operating system. Or eventually you'll be paying for VS Code. You'll be paying for the GitHub bot, the AI steal your code bot. And then it's all closed source. And yeah. It's terrible. I don't know. I don't get it. Like, why don't more people, like, why aren't they anti this stuff, I don't even want it. Like, it's almost like it's a shit test, too. It's like, I'm not even sure, like, they even want to be this, like, evil, but it's just, like, the embrace, extend, extinguish, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, but we just let them, and nobody, like, goes after them. And then, like the problem is too, like the free software community is like a bunch of weirdos, and you don't even want to stand near them because they all look like they smell bad. So it's like you can't, like, they're not gonna get a lot of traction, Like, you got Richard Stallman eating stuff out of his toes, and then you got Linus. He's like just some like kind of nerdy guy, but apparently he's somewhat mean. But who cares? Like, that's not that bad, but he's not a big personality, Like, he's not like one that like normies know. Like, all the normies know Bill Gates, right? No, none of the normies know who Linus is, or who Richard Stallman is. As a Vim user for 20 years, I'm digging being brought along by the next generation in the present with all of the next growing pains. The next growing pains are just keeping up with, these freak editors that are like a community effort to like keep up with these freak editors that, like are AI assisted and do all these things and have all of these nice diagnostics and stuff. And to Microsoft's credit, the language server protocol. We wouldn't be able to do any of this shit without the language server protocol. But, you know, I guess it just, you know, kind of is what it is. Do you have any thoughts on Vim 9 script? I don't know. I can only care about so many things at once, right? So, like, I can only look into so many things at once. I don't plan on ever using it. I can only do, and again, like, if someone likes Vim 9 script and they want to do a bunch of awesome stuff with Vim 9 script, I could imagine a world where, like, you know, tons of developers are working on Vim 9 script, and it's gonna be cool, and it's gonna work for them, and then we're gonna work on Lua stuff over here, and it's gonna be cool. It's gonna work for us, but no, it's 95% of just normie soy devs on, you know, with the meme soy normie NPC face, just like VS Code is the only editor. If you use anything different, I will, you know, I'll shun you or something like that. And it's all just so, like, people can develop faster for whatever, you know what I mean? And everybody can share the same tools for their corporate job or whatever, you know? So, but I don't know. This has more soul. It's more fun. Read the Linus rant on GitHub today. Was there a Linus rant? I don't know. Where was it? Linus rant GitHub. I don't know. Like on on the Linux kernel, or where is it? Oh, is it on rant on GitHub? So he's ranting about GitHub. Rants about GitHub. Or Linux rant. Okay, Linus rants about GitHub. That was 2015. I'd need a link. You can send it in Discord if anyone has it. Yeah, I got Linus. You can send it in Discord if anyone has the link. I don't think you can send it in the YouTube chat. See if there's anything happening over here. DWM config when? Just be open source. Yeah, this chat is just, I can't have all the chats, and I need like one mega chat to like rule them all. Somehow. Like it'd be nice to plug in a bunch of chats into like one service, if possible. Linus should move the Linux kernel off of GitHub and stop being a punk. It's time to get off that thing, man. You know, if Linus gets off of GitHub, I don't know if I'll get off GitHub, but because you know, but maybe I should too. If Linus gets off GitHub, maybe I will. Someone sent me a thing. A load of him. Oh yeah. But it would be nice if there was a mass exodus from GitHub. But you probably won't see it. So okay, so that's there. That's fine. I'm thinking I'm gonna merge this. Let's get rid of this. Let's do style Lua for everything. Do I think Dogecoin will skyrocket high or die quickly? So here's what I think about. Let me open this up over here so I don't pull up something I don't want to pull up. CoinGecko.com. Alright, so like this is the way that I understand cryptocurrencies. And like, is something going to skyrocket? Dogecoin, right? Dogecoin has a market cap of 33 billion, right? Could it go up from here by a decent amount? Maybe. But it has a market cap of 33 billion, and it's a lot of it is just there for dumping on normies. For it to be worth what ETH is worth, it would have to 10x. It'd have to 10x. So if you think that Dogecoin is worth what Ethereum is worth right now, to get a 10x, right? Then you're out of your mind. Like, there's no way it's going to be worth four. It could one day be worth $400 billion because the only thing worse than Dogecoins are dollars. But, no. I doubt that. I definitely plan on doing a ton of videos about crypto. That doesn't even depend on Elon tweets. You cannot tweet Dogecoin above Ethereum. So you're not getting a 10x out of Dogecoin. You're just not. It's over. If you made a ton of money on Dogecoin, good for you. I had Dogecoin. I made some money on Dogecoin and then I sold it all. Even Doge to $1, that takes you to $120 billion market cap. That's Doge to $1. So you'd need $120 billion in Dogecoin. And you should have to ask yourself if that's reasonable or if there's other plays. In my opinion, there's other plays. Usually the ones that I follow, I put a star next to there. But one that I'm interested in, just as a quick aside, is Sovereign. Sovereign crypto. And so it's essentially just DeFi on Bitcoin. And I feel very good about this. I invested in Stacks a while ago too. And that crushed. And I think this is also going to do very well. Because what people are realizing, all right, like if you look at CoinGecko and you look at a lot of cryptos, there's a lot of layer 2s mixed in with layer 1s here, right? And we don't need a ton of layer 1s. We just don't. Like, I mean, maybe we could, maybe it will happen, right? But like, ultimately, we don't need a ton of different layer 1s. We just need one really solid layer 1 that represents money, and that's kind of what Bitcoin does for the most part. People have like privacy concerns, but if normies have shown you anything, they'll never care about privacy. They'll just care about what everybody else cares about, right? For now it's Doge, but could Doge in the future? I mean, Doge is going to have to, well, they're going to have to change the protocol. They're going to have to change things about it, right? But that's why it's not money. The fact that ETH changes all the time is why it's not money. The fact is, that ADA can change all the time is why it's not money. Binance token is just not money. XRP is not money. Solana is not money. Doge for it to be money would have to change. And if something's changing, it's not money, Let's see. So, yeah, that's my quick crypto rant. I like Sovereign. That's what I like right now. Are you going to do more videos of crypto? Yep. What's a viable alternative to GitHub? Maybe GitLab. I don't know. For now, who knows? What about Haskell? Yeah, I plan on doing some videos in Haskell in the future. Just because, by the way, I don't think that we need that many chains, and this doesn't mean I'm not invested in other crypto projects. I am. I'm invested in ADA. I'm invested in multiple. I don't have any Sol. I don't have any Doge anymore. I do have Dot, because I think in the short term a lot of these are going to crush. I have Link. I think in the short term a lot of these are going to crush. It's just that I don't think I don't know. I think it's going to look a lot different in the future, in my opinion. Another one that I do like though is Stacks, which is like way down here. See, it's a $1.4 billion market cap, and it's it's less than Doge, and it's DeFi on Bitcoin, essentially, like Sovereign kind of. Can it be worth what Doge is worth? If it can, then it can 30x, so think about that. Do I watch Luke Smith? Yeah, I watch his stuff. His tech stuff, I don't really watch that much, but I like his rants and stuff like that, and the live streams are fun to listen to sometimes. I'll usually listen to them like if it's like I listen to a podcast or something. But anyway, that's what I think about a lot of these cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. XMR might do well in the future. Speaking of Luke, I think he's got big bags of XMR, so he likes to shill them to people. Anyway, we're not going to finish that. We are going to merge this today, though, because we got to move on in life. Would I buy Dogecoin? No, not now. Not now. No, there's better plays, man. It's way better plays. Stacks, in my opinion, is a better play. I could be wrong. Right? DOT is a better play. DOT is a whole ecosystem. It's a layer 0 blockchain that's going to like do all this. Like if you look at the substrate network, you look at all like that stuff. You look at it's substrate, and if you look at parachains, dude, DOT doesn't even have like the parachain auctions haven't even happened yet. Like, I mean, people are going to see like where this goes, right? But no, I think Doge will always have a place in crypto world because it's funny as shit because people are like, yeah, it's the people's token, and it truly is the people's token because the people are idiots. But idiots can make a lot of money and be successful in this world. This world's made for idiots. Like the world is made for idiots, right? So if you're like a hyper idiot, like you can be extremely successful in this world, you know? Or you could be so smart that you could realize that the world is made for idiots and then invest in Dogecoin perfectly. Should invest in Litecoin? Maybe. Litecoin usually ends bull runs very strong. It's not, I mean, it's always kept itself in the top, coins. But I don't know, Wimble Nimble, I didn't really care much for that. I guess it was just kind of like optionally private coins or whatever. Good night, ABJ. It's a little late for you. It's only 7:30 p.m. for me, so I can sit here and talk shit about crypto and work on this. I am going to be merging this Compe stuff today, though, so get ready for that and get ready for complaints and people complaining about bugs and nonsense and things and whatever. So, all right, auto pairs, some auto pair rules for tech. Let's do LaTeX. Okay, and we're gonna have to see if that works. As a millionaire, yeah, that's another scammer is tech lead. But that guy, like, he's I don't know, he's half serious, half joking all the time. But he's like in a he's in like a quantum state of but tech lead is like in a quantum state of being half joking, half serious at all times. And I mean, of course he's going to try to scam people for crypto. I mean, he's a personality on the internet. Like, if you're a personality on the internet and you have 1 million followers and you're in like the tech world, scamming people out of their money for cryptocurrencies is a great idea, Tons of people do it, and like they show these low cap gems and they buy a giant bag of the low cap gem and then they have 1 million subs and then 1 million people FOMO in and it falls up and then they dump right on them. And then if you ask, like, if you look at the channel or whatever, they'll go, no, not me. I would never do that. I would never buy a giant bag of, shitcoin X before making a video on shitcoin X and then selling it. I would never do that. It's like, okay. Of course you wouldn't. We can trust you, shitcoin salesman. Ex Java programmer, ex Comcast employee. Yeah. Gotta love the ex Google, ex Facebook tech lead. Yeah. Why LunarVim is changing to CMP? CMP is the new Compe. The guy from Compe moved over to CMP, so we are following him because Compe won't get any more support. So that's why we're doing that. That was like recently too, SafeMoon, Who's into Safe Moon with the reflections and shit like that? Ugh. Imagine. It's still pretty high, though. I gotta imagine that's, you know... They're gonna do something again with it, likely. Maybe, but maybe not. Maybe they'll just dump on these bag-holding normies eternally. I don't even know where it is, Safe Moon. Is it still in the top 100? Yeah, here we go. It's 96. Used to be way higher than that, but I don't know if it'll recover from this dump. It's a safe moon because, like, see, if you bought back here, you could have been a millionaire. But, like, most people bought here. And then a lot of people still bought here. This is retail. And it could still go up again. Who knows, right? This could pull another, like, Doge or something like that. What's the market cap? $1 billion? Could it be worth $30 billion? Yeah, it could be. So who knows? Never trust a Java developer. I agree. Lunar token. There actually is kind of a lunar token. If you go on, let me show you. Like, you can stake with this thing called Dev Protocol on stakes.social. Someone sponsored me for this. And see, LunarVim, if you can stake Dev token with LunarVim. No one does, but like you can do it. I didn't even put any in, so... But it's something that exists for LunarVim, I guess. It's kind of funny. I don't recommend anyone really do that, though. I mean, if you think Dev Protocol will do well, it's kind of, I don't know. What are the downsides of cryptocurrencies? A lot of people are going to be really sad if they don't buy, so they'll be depressed for the rest of their lives that they didn't become multimillionaires by investing in cryptocurrencies like today and tomorrow and all year long and the year after that. And yeah. I guess that's the downsides of cryptocurrencies. Also the fact that, like, you know, once this stuff, everyone thought that the internet was going to be this thing that's going to be like, whoa, no borders, man, and we're going to be like hippies and everyone's going to be friends on the internet and I could just buy like weed from, I don't even know, in Amsterdam or something. Like, we'll just hang out and be friends with people in China. It's like, no, that didn't happen. And it's not going to happen for crypto. A lot of people think like crypto, oh yeah, crypto's like I can be sovereign. I can like have my own wealth. I can escape the beast system. And it's like, no, absolutely not. They will co-opt it if they already haven't. They already co-opted it. So, but that doesn't mean that you won't make a ton of money in crypto. I think you'll make a ton of money in crypto. Think about okay, see this market cap for crypto? It's 2 trillion. You know what the market cap in stocks is? It's 100 trillion. And then what the market cap in derivatives is? It's quadrillions. The housing market, it's going to be NFTs and crypto. Gaming, just stocks in general, synthetic stocks. If you look at something like synthetics or Mirror Protocol or Injective. Yeah. There's going to be a ton of money to be made. You could kind of just like throw a dart at a particular crypto and you'll be a millionaire if you invest like 100K in it today. Pretty much almost all of them. Everything from here can 10x. Can ETH be worth 4 trillion? Yeah. Can Bitcoin be worth 8 trillion? Yeah. No question. 9 trillion, 20 trillion, who knows? So let's go take a look at this PR. Got this here, and new changes. And we're just going to merge it, I think. Squash merge. Yeah, that's probably fine. I don't care. Things could break, but alright, whatever. We're just gonna YOLO. Call it a day. It's rolling. It's the rolling release. It's the rolling branch. People can't complain if it's on the rolling branch. This is not the 1.0 release that I just merged that into. So I can't be a baby because then things won't get Done. Remap which key explorer mvim tree toggle. Let me look at some of these other things here. What if you disable it though? I don't know about that one. Let's see. IRC can do that? Someone should teach me how to do that with IRC. Fix installed Node.js. We should rename rolling to breaking. We maybe should. That'd be kind of funny. This feels more and more like it actually should be the way that we do this. I think this guy's probably right. I'm just gonna approve this because I think it's the right way to go. Because someone complained about this in the Discord already. Let's see what's happening in the Discord. New Vim stuff. Jump to present. Global settings for Clang formatter. Assuming there's something you can just put there. Yeah, I've been using tab 9 for Solidity. I don't know how many like Solidity people are into Vim though. I would assume some. But I'm gonna have to make a video on that. I'll probably make a video on that tonight. Why do I still have an Emacs channel? All right. Let's see what else. So we got that. Not really sure. I think you can... That if you use sudo with npm and installs them globally. No, I mean, it's just that npm... Like, it will install it for all users, I'm pretty sure. If you have to use sudo, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure. But everybody should be using something like FNM or MVM, in my opinion. Let's see what else is here. Commit lint. Is this good? I'm going to approve this. Because I've been known to have some pretty terrible commit messages. Wildcard file type built-ins. Star for the file type. Looks like there's some discussion going on here. Ugh, it's complicated. And Compe's gone now. When I convert to Emacs, will Lunar Vim die on the cross? No. I converted from Emacs to Vim, so. I saw that PR about commit lint. It's good, but I don't think people will respect it. Well, to be fair, I had to do that for LSP config. I didn't even realize that they had a commit lint thing. The Church of Emacs is here, yeah. Yeah, no, like I said, I moved from Emacs to Vim and then obviously to Lunar Vim, so, and then to NeoVim, and now I use Lunar Vim, so. Sent me something in Discord. Let's take a look. We're going to take a look off the big screen. Interesting. This must have been the vim.uri thing. Yeah, it is. Well, let's see what I can do with it. Let's just download that into there. And we'll jump back over here. Gotcha. I'll take a look at that in a second. I'll try to patch it. Can you just admit it's superior? You'll be blessed. Yeah. It's not though. It's it does too much. Emacs is everything but a good editor. You know, it does a lot of cool stuff. But again, like it's everything but a solid editor. Can you do the same things you can do at NeoVim? No. I mean, does Emacs have the same plugins? No. I mean, it has similar plugins. Yeah, I get that error URI and had to use NeoVim. Okay. Well, let's see if we can patch that in. So, move from downloads. We had, what's it called? Was it just a patch? I don't see it anywhere. NVim 6 patch. Okay. 6 patch. Let's move that into .local share lunarvim lvim. Okay. Boop. NVim patch. File to patch. Shouldn't it know? Probably have to do it from in there. Okay, what is this? It's in LSP handlers? Hold up a second. Oh. If I go into, I wonder, I always forget if this is how best to do it. So if I go into LSP, and then if I do patch, there we go. I'm gonna have to trust you on this, I guess. This is on the CMP branch. Let's do git checkout rolling actually. I'll have to get stash and then git checkout rolling, git pull. And then what we can do is git pop. Damn it. What is it? Git stash pop. Stash pop. Oh, why did it modify all of them? What a pain in the ass. I wonder if it's just the linting thing. If I do style Lewis star. Yeah. But why? Alright. We're just going to move the thing into here. We're just going to redo it. I hate Git. Did I move that here and then delete it? Because if I did, I'm gonna have to like re-download it. Yeah, I don't think I copied it. Okay, let's re-download it. This download. Sure. Then let's go move this into the big one. Okay, now I can sleep. All right, I'll get that in there. I'll do it from rolling. I'll just push it right to rolling. It happened in a README file for me from NeoVim nightly build. Okay. Also test it locally. I don't have 0.6, so someone else is going to have to test this. It only works with CMP, though. Well, we got CMP in there, so that's fine. Is that the Nord theme? This is a Nord theme. Yeah, this is me. Yeah, ABZ, you're up like pretty much all day and all night. We're working on stuff. Like I see you in there probably more often than me. So almost certainly more often than me. So it's pretty wild. That's how I felt when I was first working on a lot of this stuff. And then I got a really bad eye twitch, and then I had to take a few naps, and then I bought a new bed actually even, and then now my eye stopped twitching, so I feel like I can start streaming again. So here we go. Now let's copy from downloads and then patch into here. And we'll do patch. Alright, well, we can try and see if everything works. Oh, damn it. D. Everything seems to work. Let's see if we start doing something like this. Yep. Oops. Local function, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I have tab 9 in here. Yeah. Interesting. All right. Let's see what else. Waterbed? No, I got like a memory foam kind of bed. It's very nice. Can I commit to LunarVim? What do you mean by commit? Like make a commit to LunarVim? Yeah, of course you can. I mean, you can't do it without a review or something, but yeah. Wait a second. So I think maybe if I do style with a star from here. What? What's wrong with my style Lua? Alright, whatever. We're just going to do this all over again. What a pain in the ass. Lua, no. LSP. I could have swore I had a style, like a dot style Lua dot toml here. Oh, I don't. Where the hell did it go? It's not even in there anymore. You should run style Lua from root. It doesn't read the... But yeah, but where did the config go? Wait, am I in... Hold up. Oh, duh. I'm in the wrong directory. Well, this is what you get for not sleeping and shit, so... I'm like, where did it go? Where's utils? Where's all this other shit that I thought I had in there? There we go. That was the problem. I kept running it from a few levels too high, and then I tried to do it from the other level, and then obviously that didn't work. So copy that, and then patch that, and then we'll just be sure to do style Lua star. There we go. Blow this away, add this. Okay. And we tested this out a second ago, so it should be fine. Fix, well, yeah, I think it's a fix, and then vim.uri bug in 0.6. There we go. All right. So now we're using CMP for everything. People will mostly be none the wiser. Cool. I think the next thing I'm going to be working on is a video for Solidity, the programming language, and setting it up. So if we go into Solidity Playground here and we open up multisig.sol, see how we got some nice stuff there. And we got syntax highlighting, which is not tree sitter, but whatever. And then also with tab 9 and some snippets, we can get like pragma version, all that kind of stuff at the top there. We can get like a contract with a snippet. So this is a contract declaration. Yeah, so you can go do that. And then, whoops, let's see what else we got in here. We got like if, probably a snippets, like if else statement, like that. And then Compe, if we start to do like func, we got snippets, but we can also get that from tab 9, or not Compe, CMP with tab 9 will give us stuff like that. Like if I would type like break, I think it won't work here, but if I go down, if I have a loop somewhere, do I have a loop somewhere? Do I have anything called break in here? No, okay, never mind. Whatever, but if I do like require inside of something like this, the other nice thing I'll show you about this too is if I do require from tab 9, and then if I go over top of require, oh wait, it should do something. I thought it did something. Hold up a second. This is supposed to do, like it's supposed to give me, I should be getting hover stuff. I don't know why I'm not getting hover. I wonder if that was there, like if that's something that broke. Wait, that one works. Okay, these ones work. This one doesn't work. That one works. Maybe it's just stupid. Like message.sender should definitely give us something, but it doesn't, which is weird. Require, I thought I could have swore it did. That definitely should be giving us something. Maybe it's because of the bug or something. Like if I get rid of that, maybe not that, but really? Oh. And why is that even here? And then there's this bug here. Okay, yeah. See, now I get that. I don't know why I get it sometimes and sometimes I don't. There we go. What about this? No, CMP's merged and done. Now we're just playing around with the Solang guy. Yeah, it's alright. It's fine with me. So, let's see. I'll probably do a video on the Solidity stuff in the future. I'll probably even make Solidity tutorials in the future. And yeah, I think we're good. Let me go over here. What is this telling me? I don't even know what that means. Jump over here. All right, so if anyone has any other questions, I'll answer them. If not, then I'll probably get out of here soon because I'm probably going to work on a video for this. So if you got any questions, make sure to ask them now in the chat, or you won't be able to ask me a question until the next live stream. Also, same stuff. Support me over on GitHub. You can sponsor me there. There's some sort of button somewhere. And then also, we appreciate support over on Patreon too. And there's also Twitter and other kinds of social media and junk and stuff. How's my day been like? Well, it's the first day back from Labor Day weekend, so kind of sucks. CMP install broke my install. Oh no. Let's see if we can sort that out. What's wrong with it? Just send me like a snippet of code, and we'll debug it. The patch works for the moment. Awesome. Is there a way for someone with no Lua, mostly Python experience, to help with LunarVim? Except for documentation, of course. I think you would basically kind of have to know some Lua. Does it have any new requirements? Well, CMP, but that's about it. Yeah, show me the error because I might be able to suss it out from looking at the error. Yeah, you probably would have to learn Lua, but honestly, Lua is really easy when you kind of realize that everything's just a table for the most part. You're just dealing with tables. I mean, not everything's a table, but like, you just, like, once you understand the concept of the table, you can do 80% of everything you need to do. Yeah, we'll give this a shot. I'll give you a minute to see if you can post that, and then we'll take a look. Why is Compe? What is Compe, and why are you switching it with CMP? Compe was the old completion plugin. CMP is the new one. Same guy made Compe who made CMP. He abandoned Compe. He's doing CMP, so we're doing CMP. What languages do I need to know besides Lua to contribute to LunarVim? Nothing really. You would probably just need to learn some Lua, and that's about it. I would look at like the bug fixes and the issues and see if you can handle anything there. Chill. Well, the reason I'm saying, there's like the 15th time I was asked that question. You still have a to-do for Emmett in the CMP config. Well, I don't know if it works or not, so I'll just leave the to-do there for now. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, you might also need to know English. Do you think learning 12 plus programming languages is too much? Depends what you mean by learning. So I'm okay, like I can write in, let's see, so Java, Lua, Python, JavaScript, Bash. I'm not going to count Terraform, JSON, YAML. I know a little HTML and CSS and stuff like that. I know frameworks like React and things like that, which are almost languages unto themselves. I know more languages. I know C, and like to some degree about as well, right? Learn Vimel. It depends what you mean by learn, right? Like I can say I know C, right? And then it's just like, but what have I created with C? Like not much. Messages aren't coming through the chat. Put them in Discord. Wherever the hell Discord is. Where the hell is Discord? Oh, they are in Discord. Pop this over here. CMP thing, broke my install. Very small. Some about Nord Dark. Oh, it's in your config.lua. So if you read that message, it'll tell you that in config.lua, come in here and search for Compe. You should have something Compe related in here. And that's your problem. So there's just something that's referencing Compe. Bash is easy, but it's also not easy. Bash is like, I don't know. Like C is easy, but it's not easy, right? Like C is a very small programming language, right? Like there's not a lot going on in C. But you can do complicated shit with C. You can do complicated shit with Bash, you know? Especially with all the weird tools that you can use with Bash, right? Like if you like, start to like add like awk and sed and jq and like all these just different command line tools that just like kind of in pipes and things, bash can be a nightmare. You know, bash can be some of the hardest shit you have to do. But it's just the domain that's difficult, I think. Yeah, I'm assuming someone's going to run into that issue. Actually, I'm assuming that we probably reference Compe somewhere in the install. So let me take a look at that. Example, config example, Compe. No, thank God we don't have that in there. We have it in here. Search text, Compe. Alright, that's fine. And that's not the end of the world. Alright, we should be fine there. Should be fine on that front. If key bindings are weird, let me know which key bindings are weird, and maybe we can take a look at that too. Hey guys, I'm getting an error during installation. Any idea how to solve it? Packer.mvim error running config for Vim router module core.router not found. You must be on a very old version of Lunar Vim. I recommend updating to rolling and getting the newest rolling, blowing away everything else. Bash is a good introduction. I think it is a good introductory language, though. I think Python and JavaScript are your best introductory languages, though. It's my theme for Vim. It's one darker. It's in the Lunar Vim organization. It comes with base Lunar Vim. Awk always amazes me when I see it in use. Yeah. Meanwhile, you need to set up an entire IDE to learn Java, you know? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, in terms of tooling and, like, how much you need to get started, Java's a terrible first language for that. Bash is definitely extremely easy to get started with. We ever make a plugin guides review from vanilla NeoVim again? Yeah, probably. There's a problem with npm during the install. I will in the future, but I got to make a ton of videos on LunarVim first, and then when I'm done making the videos on LunarVim, I will go back and I'll do regular NeoVim videos in the future. I just need the motivation to do videos. There's a problem with npm during the install that keeps happening, though I don't see it mentioned in the docs. Yeah, it's when you don't have like a virtual environment manager wrapped around your node and npm and stuff. Npm wants to install somewhere to like a root location, and it's gonna just throw errors. So we probably need to add that sudo. I'm going to have to binge watch all of the other streams because I missed almost all of them. I don't know, man. Other streams are very painful. If you want to see me just like tortured for like just stream after stream, then those streams might be for you. Gotta go. It's close to 2 in the morning here. See you later, William. So yeah, if you enjoy watching me torture myself, then you can go back to those. You got a day job, or you do freelance? I have a day job. I work at Comcast. I'm an IoT developer over at Comcast, mostly Java, cloud stuff with AWS. It used to be microservices. Now it's all serverless. I write like Lambdas, that kind of thing. I would like to freelance. I'd like to freelance in blockchain stuff, though, in the future. I don't even know how to get started with freelancing. I don't know who I would like contact and be like, hey, hire me. Trust me, I know how to write code. 3 a.m. here. Yeah, that's late. Biggest mistake anyone can make is learn Python first, because once I moved over to C++, I was in shock for about 2 weeks. Yeah. It's just different schools of thought. Install a node using NVM. Even better, I recommend FNM over NVM. NVM will slow down your shell startup. FNM will not, or at least a lot less it will. All right. Dude, it would be so easy for you. You already have so much content on your GitHub, not to mention the videos and the blog. Maybe it would be. I don't know. I wouldn't know where to get clients. If someone freelances, teach me how to freelance. C++ is a good starting language. C++ was my starting language. I actually started with C++ before C. I learned C++ and Visual Basic at the same time. Got to start work. Gotta go. All right, man. Good luck out there. Very true about Python. Not a good lang to start with for sure. Different schools of thought. Depends what you're trying to do, you know. Python's a great language to start with if you're really, really young and you never... I think it's a great language to start with if you're really, really young. After C++, most things are trivial. After Java, things are trivial too. Like after you've dealt with Java tooling and stuff like that. You can get a tech job at most tech companies, probably doubly so for freelance. Well, I don't know how to do it, so maybe someone can figure it out. I know lots of stuff and have lots of skills. It's just that I've never really spent the time trying to figure out. I barely interview anymore. Interviews, like, can I pass all the stupid hacker rank and leak code stuff? Like, yeah. You know, like probably, right? I mean, everyone can only really say probably. Like, if you put a hard leak code question in front of me, I'm not going to solve it, like, fast. But then again, nobody is. But, like, I just hate those interviews. Those just fake-ass interviews where it's just, like, solve this stupid code puzzle riddle. It's like, dude, no. I don't want to. You know, just leave me alone. There's got to be a better way for hiring people. Not that I don't mind solving these riddles and stuff, but like, I don't know. Especially with stuff like Python, it's very trivial to get like a lot of like the easy ones and like medium levels. Wish you started with C. I think C is a really good starting programming language. Yeah, FNM's great. I learned Python first. Then when I saw C, I was in awe and full of excitement. Interesting. That usually goes the other way around. Like, Fortran was your first. Jeez, man. C is the only way. C is a great language. It's definitely one of my favorite languages. I just don't have anything to do with it. Python is a great lang to start with. Nobody wants to learn memory management first thing. I mean, that's true, but yeah, I mean, it's fine. If you don't know about a world without memory management, then it's not so bad. You got to know a little bit of theory to know C. For Python, you can just like pretend you're a hacker from, you know, your first line of code. Pretty easy to freelance. For clients, I recommend LinkedIn. Just cold email a few internship jobs. Propose competitive prices. If that sounds scary at first, it's always good to do small businesses. Yeah, well, like, what do you do? Like, you show up to a LinkedIn page and say, hey, do you need like a website or a service or a back end or a consultation or what? Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't know how, like, what to say or how to know that someone needed something. Yeah, there was a time for Java, but like Java, yeah, it's kind of a big, ugly mess. I really like APCS class. I know most people hate it because it's not really an applicable class, but the structure of the class was really nice for me to get the basic concepts. Yeah, I would always recommend anyone in high school to take some sort of CS class if possible. Oh yeah, agreed. I would literally refuse a technical interview at this point. It just shows they don't know how the tech jobs actually work. That's the thing. It's just like I just don't care. Like, I get paid a good amount at Comcast, like more than a lot of people like that I know who are in the industry. I'm probably still underpaid. Actually, I'm almost certainly still underpaid, but like I just don't care. I'm more interested in like crypto stuff and like, I don't know, this channel than I am in like, oh, I'm going to go work for Google. It's like, I could never work for Google. I couldn't do it because I would actually have to like work really hard. I also did my own personal project, so that helped. Yeah. Can you reverse a linked list? Yeah, sure. Jeez. Imagine. It's like, why are you... If that's a question that you have about me, right? Especially like, even if you couldn't reverse a linked list from from just muscle memory or just because it's fresh in your head or something like that, right? Like, why is that the gate to hiring me? Like, if I've been working in the industry for 3 years at Lockheed Martin, at Comcast, at these places, right? And then you come to me and you ask me, like, can you reverse a linked list? I've been a software engineer. It's like, I'm going to talk about, like, Terraform. I'm going to talk about, like, cloud infrastructure. I'm going to talk about, just different, like, architectures for things, like, and just, like, how to program, whatever. Like, we can talk about, like, those kind of concepts. That's fine. And, like, efficiency and things like that, I guess. But, like, riddles, like, reversing a linked list, like, come on. Or like a palindrome, or like, or some of those wacky leak code problems. Get out of my face, dude. Like the hard ones, just from like, like why? Who's the kind of person that grinds that all day? I think like the easy and medium ones are like reasonable, I guess, somewhat to ask, but I don't know. It's a broken system. Working with dev, yeah. Started with C in my college and then Python. I think if you learn like C and then Python and then JavaScript, you'll have enough. And then Bash. If you knew C, Python, JavaScript, and Bash, you'd be pretty dangerous with just that. You start with LinkedIn, but you really need to define what you could help with. That's true. I do a lot of things though. Like I can write front ends. I'm pretty full stack. I can do cloud. I'm not the best at like cloud infrastructure and stuff like that, but like I know Terraform. There's a lot of people who don't even know Terraform at all. Like I can create cloud assets with Terraform, and I can write code that makes them do things. Basically, I think that's good enough. C forces you to learn ways of thinking that are not required while working with Python, JavaScript. That's true. Plus, it's just good for like to know a compiled language and all. I think Golang can be a good... If it was more industry standard, I'd say yes. Most internships describe what they need, and because they look for interns, usually crappy college students who could help them meet their deadlines faster. Yeah. I don't need internships. Like, I have a job. Like, you know what I mean? But, like, I'm just saying, like, how would you, like, freelance? You know what I mean? One of the best ideas I've heard is just do an interview where you have to solve a bug a team previously faced and how you would approach the problem instead of just like some wild question thing. That's a good... Yeah, because I'm assuming if you're interviewing for a problem, like for a position, then you probably know enough of... Like if I was like interviewing for like some Java cloud thing, like or just Java programmer doing Java microservices... and it's like AWS related or something like that, right? Like you're using like ECS or something. And then there's just something like if I claim to know ECS and I claim to know Java, then like can you solve this bug that happened there somewhere, right? Like where would you go to find the logs in ECS, right? Like where would you go? Like would you go like how could you even like, okay, we have this ECS service deployed and it's broken. Like, could you even go find the logs? Could you even, like, then from the logs, suss out what the problem is, go look at GitHub, do all that kind of thing, you know what I mean? And, like, just, like, see where even the line where you're having the bug is or something. So, yeah, maybe that would be good. I'm sick of overtime for my tech company, trying to pluck up the courage to ditch my job after 12 years. I've had no holidays this year so far. Get the hell out of there, especially if you work in the U.S. Quit that job, bro. There's too many good tech jobs out there. Maybe you should really dive into the crypto world. There's a bunch of really cool projects around there. Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm going hard learning Solidity. I've been doing the pioneering Plutus stuff with Haskell. I'm learning Haskell for that. I want to do the Chain Labs thing to learn like development on the Lightning Network. But yeah, that's all super... Hiring is hard. I'll agree with that. I bet it is hard to hire people. 3 years? Thought you were a seasoned vet. I've only been in the industry for 3 years. Is it normal to wake up at 6 a.m. every day? Yeah, if you're at Chad, you will. That's the joy of freelance. You get to find the things you do the best and go after those sorts of gigs. Yeah, that's true. What do you think about SpaceVim? I think SpaceVim was a good idea, and then it turned into a bad project because it's too, in my opinion, it's just too bloated for me. It's trying to do way too much. I feel like there's projects where they haven't quite defined the boundary between what my project does and brings to the table and what it doesn't do out here, you know. Probably even Rust would be a good language to start with. Maybe. I don't know. I think Rust is a later language. That's my opinion. If you said you could start with C++, then if you feel comfortable starting with C++, then I think Rust is. You should feel comfortable with that too. People hate the language because the community is extremely cringe. Ireland? Well, get a job across the sea then. Will you apply for FANG in the future or settle down with Comcast? I'll never work for a FANG. I absolutely refuse to work for those. I mean, even Comcast. But like, I just really dislike a lot of what they're doing at the FANG companies. Like, I don't know. People get a real big ego too working at these FANG companies, and it's like, all right, dude, calm down. I have no plans to try and because there's such an interview process too. Like, dude, I have them busting down my doors all the time, like in LinkedIn or whatever, just like asking me for what are they called? Like the headhunter people. I forget, whatever. They want to hire, they want to interview me for this job. Oh, do you want to work on what's the doorbell thing for Amazon or something like that? I think it was Ring or something like that. They're calling me about. They're calling me all these stupid things, and I'm just like, no, I really don't want to do that at all. How do you learn all of those things? What things? You're talking about cloud stuff? You just have to have a job where you have to do them. That's the other thing. If you're sufficiently intelligent, I don't give a shit if you know Go, if you don't know ECS, if you don't know Terraform, if you don't know any of this stuff, you'll just figure it out. I would just rather hire a smart guy, and that's it. I don't care if you have the experience. You could be 20 years experience versus someone who's 5 years experience. And if that 5 years experience person is sufficiently motivated and smart enough, and they don't even know the language or whatever, I would still hire them, especially if I needed a long-term hire. So CMP is better than Compe. CMP is the new Compe. It's just the same author. He abandoned Compe. Now we use CMP. There's a lot less material online about crypto. There is, and that's why I want to make content on crypto, because I know a good amount about Solidity. I understand blockchain development, kind of. I have never put anything on a mainnet. That's also why I worked on this, so I could start developing Solidity locally instead of just in the Remix editor. Yeah. But you can do stuff like this. This thing's a multi-sig wallet. You could create a multi-sig wallet and teach people how to do that. Maybe I'll do this. There's this series called Solidity by Example. I'd like to do something like how that guy did, and just teach the basics of Solidity, teach the basics of blockchain, teach the basics of the absolute bare minimum cryptography you're gonna need to know, which is just basically understanding SHA-256 and just what private and public keys are, and just never give your private key out. And there you go, right? I mean, there's obviously much more to it than that, but yeah, I think I could actually start doing this now, because Solidity, the language, is a really, really easy language. I learned Solidity with the videos that I did on Crypto Zombies, and I actually I enjoyed the language. There's weird quirks about the language that I didn't necessarily like, but it's you can see that it gets inspiration from C. It gets you know what I mean? It definitely gets inspiration from C. It definitely gets inspiration from JavaScript too. They say Python. I feel like Solidity reminds me a lot of a mixture between C and JavaScript. I don't know about Python. I don't know much about Solidity, but what's the purpose of having a completely different language for crypto? E.g., why not just a Python library? Well, okay. So basically, like, you want an entire language basically for things like this, like built-ins, because like I don't want to import. Look, this is one great reason. It's just staring you right in the face. Message.sender, right? I don't want to import message.sender from a library every single time just to like, because like I'm always doing blockchain programming with this language. I'm always doing smart contract development essentially with this language, right? And if I had a library for Python, then it's like I pull in the library and then I have to do all these things a particular way and whatever else. And then there's all different kinds of safety things that necessarily have to happen with a particular, like with a language like this. And then there's all different new ways of thinking about your code, right? Like instead of thinking about something as a class, you can think of it as a contract, right? And so you get these nice keywords, and then you have like events that are fired off from the blockchain, which if you can use like a Web3 interface to listen to. You got like mappings, whatever. This stuff is all doesn't matter. But like message.sender, like that's a built-in, right? So like you always get a message that comes in. Every contract has an address. And so like the message.sender is just the address of whatever calls your contract, right? And so like you can do simple, like you got this simple syntax here, which is owner message.sender. And then like if you are, this is like a decorator kind of. This modifier is like a decorator in Solidity. And basically you can just put like only owner, like we go look where only owner is. Only owner, let's see, yeah, here. So we have like a confirmed transaction here. Only the owner can confirm that a transaction went through. Only the owner can execute a transaction. And so like these are other modifiers as well. Like you can do validation with modifiers and stuff like this. This is also something that you could do with decorators in Python or something like that. And what is it called? Annotations or something like that in Java. It's kind of the same concept, but instead of putting like the @ sign and then something on top of the function, they actually just inline it with the function. So like you'll put it like a keyword kind of like after public. Like public doesn't go first. It's like, okay, it's a function, and then you give like, okay, well, there's also other weird things too, like these weird keywords you're going to need. So like internal versus external. How do you really express that in Python, right? Like you're going to need something like Solidity to express that, in my opinion, without having some wacky library, right? So, or at least this is what at least they were probably thinking. So like with like internal and external, it's just these simple keywords I can put on my function to say like, okay, if it's internal, it can only be called from within this contract, right? And if it's external, the contract, my own personal contract can't even call it. So that's like useful. But the only owner thing, which you could obviously do with something else, the cool thing that's inside of it is the message.sender, this thing being built in. So message.sender, who sent it? What's the address? And then you got message.value, how much each ether did they send, right? So this is stuff that's built in, and you know, I just like that better, I guess. Money needs its own language. Well, money is Bitcoin, so I don't know about that. Yeah, big convenience for commonly used stuff. I think Python is a loose language for blockchain. You could use Python for blockchain. It's just that I wouldn't use it for. I would at this point, after playing with Solidity, like I would rather use Solidity for blockchain development than Python, from what I understand about it. I could be wrong, who knows, but have you heard of Jai programming language? If so, what are your thoughts? Never heard of the Jai programming language. Language. You guys know about the Jai programming? What is this? Jai primer. Jonathan Blow's programming language. You guys might hate me for this, but who the hell is Jonathan Blow? makes indie games. All right. General purpose. I don't know. He's going to be competing with Go and Java and Python and syntactic facilitated code refactoring. Okay. Any function of the program can be made to run at compile time with, I guess, what's this, like some sort of compiler flag or something? Not a flag, but you understand. Integrated build process. The build process and parameters are specified by the source code itself for consistency. Okay. Data-oriented structures. Automatic conversion between structure of arrays and an array of structures, avoids classes and inheritance. That's good. Reflection and runtime information. Static type. Yeah, okay. A new approach to polymorphic procedure. Polymorphism at the function level with programmer controlled by special procedures. That sounds interesting, but I don't know what that looks like in practice. Low-level memory management tools. Okay. Explicit control over optimization. Okay. I think this is the best thing. Yeah. Avoiding classes and inheritance. Also, yeah, successfully we've made it over to MVim CMP. So that's out there. Let me see if anyone's complaining in the Discord. We'll know if we were successful or not. All right, that's good. I don't know what this is. That problem, I would just install the node dependencies. Yourself and skip that. npm I flag g tree sitter CLI npm I flag g. What's the other one? I think it's just NeoVim. So yeah, I think that's good. All right. Anyway, this stream's going on for way too long, and I think that's because I got caught up talking about crypto stuff. I plan on doing Solidity videos in the future, but I also plan on doing more LunarVim videos in the future, in the near future, in the long-term future. Eventually, well, yeah, I guess he'll need sudo. But in the long-term future, yeah, I do plan on doing NeoVim from scratch videos, more LunarVim stuff. That's going to exist forever. According to me, which cloud service is the best? I hate them all, and they will all be killed by the blockchain eventually, because the blockchain is the ultimate cloud. But right now, if I was going to learn any of those stupid things, I would learn AWS. I think for pretty self-explanatory reasons. If I had to learn anything after AWS, I would go with Google's, and then I would go with Azure because I really, really, really dislike Windows and Microsoft products. But definitely, I think this is the one to learn. You'll make the most money on AWS for sure, by a lot, in my opinion. This, I feel like you would get stuck into an ecosystem, and I feel like, does anyone really care about Google's cloud services? Do people really use them? Blockchain evangelist. That's going to be my new title. I'm just going to be slap a blockchain on it, all right? And we'll fix it. You know, you got governments destroying your currency and whatever, I just slap a blockchain on it. And you got shitty cloud services that are a nightmare to work with, just slap a blockchain on it. And that'll fix it. It's that simple. You can put some AI on it too. Slap some deep learning on it. Google has badass AI packages. I bet it does. I bet it has better ones than AWS because, after all, they do. Yeah, that would make sense. I bet if you're doing some AI stuff, maybe you would want to use Google. Sounds a lot like the new internet from Silicon Valley and cloud services or a Huli box. Currently work for Azure. It's a dumpster fire for anything other than Windows. Yeah, okay. This was my suspicion. Okay, so I'm glad that you were able to... You're able to confirm my suspicion. I knew it would work well with Windows, but then again, I mean, you have to realize who you're talking to on this channel at least. But plus, they're much more mature in product as a service services and platform as a service services, and are even transitioning to software as a service for common use cases. Okay. Yeah, you got a slow blockchain with high gas fees. Slap another blockchain on it. That's hilarious. It's so true. Just keep slapping them on, and you'll be fine. Eventually, we'll get to the point where you slap some AI in the middle, like the fetch.ai or whatever, and then you just slap a blockchain on top of that, and just keep going, dude. That's hilarious. I didn't even think of that but it's so true. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Normal stuff. Support on Patreon. Support on GitHub. Sponsor on GitHub or whatever. Follow me on Twitter. LunarVim documentation is at lunarvim.org. We successfully moved from Compe to CMP. Website, chris@machine.com. Check it out. It has a bunch of social media links. I will see you guys in the next stream.